Air Force's Fair. 2 miles of tent, packed with the most complete aircraft exhibition the world has ever known. The lid was off. The war was won. Here was a chance for Wright Field workers to show what they had been doing under the blackout of wartime security. Weeks before the fair opened, civilian and soldier went to work with a will. And polish was the order of the day. Riot, traffic, Wright Field was ready for anything. And on opening day, Wright Field welcomes you. For young America, it was a glorious, exciting holiday. But for their elders, all of them touched and changed by 4 years of war, it was a summing up of things past and a glimpse into a wonderful or terrible future. Officers, visitors of all nations arrived by bus, by train, by air. Even the most knowing, the top brass, were somewhat overawed at seeing the giant of air power laid out in one place at one time for their inspection. For that is what they were seeing, air power. As it is today with the reality of pilotless planes and atomic warheads, as it was only yesterday when brave men risked their lives in historic bombers which now stand obsolete and useless. Air power is not what we had yesterday, or even what we have now. It is what we will have tomorrow. But what we have tomorrow must be conceived, tested, and perfected today. And these plans of tomorrow must be bought and paid for today. Now, imagine the thoughts of the inventor of the airplane as he looks at air power in 1946. But the war is over and Wright Field is in a holiday mood, host to more than 1 million visitors. To see, to know, to understand, the public is eager and receptive. The autopilot, which relieves pilots on the long, grueling round trips to Tokyo. aircraft engines made of materials to stand the terrific heat and pressure. High-speed photography that can freeze a bullet just as it enters a new type leak-proof fuel tank. Research. From the slow deterioration caused by fungus or rust to the sudden, terrible vibration set up at supersonic speed, every bolt, rivet, wire, and part in every airplane was checked by an inspector, then packed to withstand any condition of climate. Engineering shops to take a drawing or idea and turn out a new unit for installation and test. Thousands, millions, billions of records and blueprints. Then there is the astounding story of aircraft radio with the all-seeing eye of radar spread out for examination. This is a typical radar unit scanning the sky for approaching planes and then identifying them as friend or foe by means of automatic radio signals. The radio compass for extended flight and altitude instruments to indicate the exact height above unfamiliar terrain. For each flyer, a flak suit, parachute, electrically warmed flying suit, and Mae West. Equipment which means life or death. Fuel, propellers, studying, evaluating, and bringing this information to the attention of American designers and engineers. The plastic man has befriended many a designer in checking clearances and leg and headroom in new aircraft. The rotor mechanisms controlling the blade angle on a helicopter. These are bombs of the future, guided by television and seeking light, heat, and other pinpointed targets. This is Sikorsky, designer of the helicopter. The aircraft designer has ready and waiting thousands of parts, engines, pumps, and gears designed and tested by others. Hundreds of these ideas fit together to make the planes which carry these cannon, bombs, and guns against the enemy. last, he's been a ball turret gunner and is a little dizzy from the experience. Ever think how a belly tank must be built to withstand the sloshing of hundreds of gallons of gasoline? Fuel systems, oil cooling units, superchargers. All these things had to work, and we had to know that they would work. Designing and building a great engine like this one costs money. Lots of money. Americans think it's worth it. And all the roaring of aircraft power is possible because men learn to machine and assemble parts to tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch and combine them in a united, driving unit of energy. Under the pressure of war, the American people were thus united. Can they keep this unity in times of peace? And motion pictures play their part in technical reports, training films, or slow-motion studies of twisting metal. And with all this, intelligence is constantly studying and evaluating foreign aircraft and aircraft weapons. War gave a momentum to aeronautical research and development which made America the foremost nation in the air. Can this momentum be carried over into the peace? It must, if America is to play a leading role in this fastest changing age in history. In the words of General George C. Kenney, the age of air and the age of science.